Welcome to this week's Candidate Voices with 5051 Savannah, the series that brings you 5-minute interviews with candidates for Georgia's 1st Congressional District U.S. House election 2026. We welcome any candidates running for this office who meet our mission of upholding the Constitution and ending executive overreach to participate. Each of our candidates receive the same question in advance and are allowed to prepare. Welcome to week 8 of Candidate Voices with 5051 Savannah. I'm Robin, here today with Joey Palimeno. Welcome, Joey. Here's the question. If you were our representative and Trump wanted to send the National Guard of another state to a major city in our district, what would you do?
First off, I respect, the National Guard of all states. They should be treated with respect. They respond and help us at times in, national emergencies, including national disasters, like, hurricanes, all that kind of stuff, tornadoes. But they're being politicized in a way I do not approve of. And if Trump were ever to do that, I would definitely get a UFC ring. And as Trump said, and we're going out in the White House. No, I'm just kidding. But if Trump ever tried to send troops to occupy a city in my district, I wouldn't stay quiet for a single second. I'd fight back with everything I got. I would call him out by name, go on every single major news network, and make sure the American people understood exactly what is happening. A lawless power grab, a man trying to use the military against their own citizens. And I wouldn't just talk, I would use every tool Congress gives me. I would work with colleagues across the aisle to apply maximum pressure if that means holding up a debt ceiling vote, blocking a funding bill, or grinding business in Washington to a halt until those troops were pulled out. If that were coming to time, I'd go ahead and do that. Nobody, not a president, it's the United States military as the personal police force. That's just completely wrong. At the same time, I take them to court. I demand oversight, demand documents, demand answers. No secret orders, no backroom deals. If a president tries to occupy an American city, the people have a right to know exactly why, who gave the orders, and why. I wouldn't just fight this battle in Washington. I'd be here in my own district, from Chatham all the way down to Camden County, sorry, out in the streets, standing shoulder to shoulder with my neighbors. I'd be rallying, organizing, making sure every family knew you are not alone and you are not powerless. But here's the bigger problem. There's a loophole in our laws that makes this kind of abuse possible. It's called Title 32. When the Guard is under Title 10, they're federalized under the president's command, and the Posse Comitatus Act applies, meaning they can't be used for domestic policing without Congress. But under Title 32, the Guard is technically under a governor's command, while their mission is federally funded and often coordinated with Washington. And in that status, the law does not apply. So it's a bit of a loophole. That's how a president can lean on governors and twist missions to use the Guard as a domestic police force. That's what Trump's doing. I'll fight for reform. My plan would extend the Posse Act protections to the Guard anytime they're in federal or joint missions, give governors clearer authority over their Guard units, and require congressional oversight before any president can deploy troops in American streets, because no president, not Trump, not anyone, should ever have the power to turn their military on their own people. This isn't just about policy, it's about democracy itself. Presidents swore an oath to protect the Constitution. I would swear an oath too, and I'll tell you this: if Donald Trump or any president tries to occupy a city in my district, I'll fight like hell in the courts, in Congress, in the streets to stop them, because in America, our military defends our freedom. It does not take it away. Oh, I got. Thank you very much.